Hey, dude, my name's Sean. I'm an alcoholic.
Sean!
It's nice to be here, dude. It's been a long time since I've been in this room. Last time I was here, I spoke for 10 minutes, and it was the first time they did this internet thing. And they didn't tell me until I got here, that it was going to be whatever, whatever the hell this is. Yeah. And, I was nervous then and I'm nervous now. But I'm happy to be here. It's a pleasure to be here. I know exactly how you guys feel to be sitting in this room, not wanting to be here, listening to some fucking dude up here tell you something you don't want to hear. I know. I was the angry guy sitting over here. I sat in the same seat that guy sitting in every time, pissed off, drinking all the coffee and eating all the snacks, and I was mad that I was here. Anyway, so I'll be real quick about my usage. I'm an alcoholic. I'm a drug addict. I started probably using when I was 12 years old. My dad, my whole life was in the program. He used to cart me around in meetings as a young kid. And I guess I knew I was destined to be a dope fiend. I knew that was going to be my life. And I was happy with it. When I started using drugs, I loved it, dude. I fell in love immediately. I started with the weed and the alcohol. At 15, I started slamming dope and quit school, and life became very interesting and fun. Life was a blast for me, dude. There was nothing better than all I lived for is to get loaded. I'd wake up, get high, go out with my friends, and cause trouble. I was a skateboarder, so I like to go out and skateboard and fight security guards and crazy, stupid stuff like that. That was a good time for me. And I don't know. I don't want to stay in my past too long because we all have the same story, right? We all screwed up, or at least I know I did. It got me here. I do want to touch on the fact that I've done 7 prison terms. I'm 40 years old. I've done 7 prison terms. My son's 15 years old, and I've only been with him for his birthday for one time. One birthday out of 15 years, so I've always been locked up. I couldn't stay on the streets for anything longer than 3 months. I'd be busted within seconds. And I was happy with that life. I loved going to prison, dude. That was like, I remember the first time, it was like a rite of passage, right? I looked forward to it. I was happy when the judge gave me my sentence. And I got there and I realized it's not as fun as I thought it was going to be, but I learned how to make it fun. I learned how to enjoy myself there. I had a great time there. And I didn't mind it, and I look back now and I think about like, what the hell is wrong with me, dude? You know what I mean? Like, why am I happy in prison? I was happier in prison more than I was on the street. It was real strange. I don't know why I was so comfortable there, but I loved it. Everything about it. So what got me into the program? I had a whole bunch of cases. I just got out. I did 5.5 years. I got out, and within 2 months, caught another case, caught another 4 years. And when I got out that time, I was tired. I was tired of prison. All my friends, this new fentanyl stuff was out. It wasn't out before I got busted. And I don't know, everybody just kind of changed, everybody was different. And I was miserable for the first time in my life. For the first time in my life, I didn't want to go back to prison. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to be a father. I wanted not to go to prison. And that was basically it, that's all I wanted. And I didn't know how to get it. I remember back in the day going to at least meetings with my father. And I said, well, I guess I should try AA, and I knew I couldn't get sober on the streets. So I waited till I got busted again. I did a little, 180 days, and I got out and I called, and Liz answered the phone, and she told me there was no bed open, but there will be in 2 weeks. And I said, all right, well, I'll wait, and I got myself a hotel, an ounce of dope, and I sat there in that hotel room and just got loaded, for 2 weeks until she called. And she called, she said, hey, Sean, there's a bed open. And I was like, well, hold on a second. I'm not done with my dope yet. Hold on a second. I'm not ready, And I agreed to come on Monday, and I did my last line right in the driveway at Fred Brown. Got out of the car, and everything changed at that point. What I want to talk about most today is my recovery. This is what I did in the past doesn't really matter. We all have the same story, like I said. We've all been in the same places, hung out with the same people, done the same things. When I got into Fred Brown's, they asked me what I wanted in life, and I told them I want a motorcycle I don't want to go back to prison, and I want my kid in my life, you know? And that's all. And I thought those were huge things. Like those were things that I was never able to do on my own. I couldn't stay out of prison. I couldn't see my kid, even though I wanted to, you know? And all the only motorcycles I owned were the ones I stole, right? So those were I thought if I had those three things, my life would be great. Anyway, so I have all those things now, but that's neither here nor there. When I got into the program, I wanted to do everything my way. You know, I was very hard-headed. Some of these guys here will tell you. I was in the program with some of these guys, and I was difficult. You know, I was difficult. I got in a lot of trouble. I talked to every single counselor and Adrian and all them. We had our little one-on-ones because I got in a lot of trouble, dude. I was an ass, you know. I was a real ass. I was a shit. I tried to fight people in there. I had counselors grab me when I'm running at dudes, and you know, I don't know how I made it here today, to be honest with you. You know, I really appreciate everybody. I wish Matt and all these guys were here because I really wanted to say thank you again to these guys for changing my life, man. They walked me through a lot. When I was in, a lot of changes happened in those 90 days I was in Fred Brown's, man. A big one. You guys know how we do chores there, right? You guys got to clean up and shit, right? Well, that was my least favorite part of that whole thing. But you know, I remember, I'll never forget. I was in that 5-person room. She kept me there for like 2 months, dude. 2 months in that room. Normally you're quick, you know, out of that room real quick, but she kept me there forever. And I had to clean the kitchen, right? And I swear to God, people were leaving their cups and dishes in there every day just to piss me off, you know, just to make me angry. I thought those people did that just to piss me off. That was the kind of attitude I had, and I'd get in people's faces. I'd flip out. Then one day it hit me like, you know, Sean, you're not that damn important, dude. No one's thinking about you on their day-to-day basis. They're not like, oh, Sean's so important. Fuck that. I'm gonna leave this cup here for him, you know. And that's not how people think. And I really did think that everybody thought about me and what I was doing all the time. I thought I was that important. A big change in my life was when I realized I'm not. You know, I'm not that important. No one's really caring what I'm doing. I can do whatever I want, and they're not thinking of me. You know, my attitude kind of changed on that day, and I started to open up and be a little more willing to. I don't know what the right word is. Willing to. I don't know. Be a part of the program, I guess. You know. Not be an ass. Yeah. You know, there were times where I don't know if you guys know Sherry. Do they know Sherry? I don't even think does she do the morning group still, guys?
No.
Oh, you guys are lucky. You know what I'm talking about, Clyde. You know, there was this real funny moment. I got into it with a lady who used to do this morning groups. I mean, we went at it, dude, like no other. And it was that weekend, I think I won some stupid prize. Remember that prize?
Oh, yeah.
And she was the one to give me the damn thing, dude. Remember that? Yeah. That was an eye opener. Anyways, I don't know why I got on that tangent. Anyway, so while I was in the 90-day program, right, I had a bunch of cases. I came in there with 4 open cases. Okay, I had a bunch of GTAs and stuff like that in LA County. But I had a big case out in Orange County. I got caught with 16 ounces of fentanyl, 2 pounds of dope, a gun, all that stuff, right? And I've been, like I said, 7 terms, all for the same shit, all for, you know, sales and many, many times been locked up for it. And when I found out that I was going to be, they filed the case finally on me, I thought for sure I was going to get 10 years, you know. I immediately said, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. You know, screw this place, screw this program. They say this shit ain't working for me. I'm just going to go. So I'm going to the pit anyways, right? That's a lot of stuff. And, you know, the people in the program held my hand. Nancy, you know, thank you. Roxy, they held on tight, and they went to court for me. This program had my back, and we went there. And you know, I got Orange County after 6 months of fighting with them to give me 2 years of probation because I was in a program doing good. You know, I've never been let off. I've been maxed out every single time. And for the first time ever, like the speaker before was saying, dude, they gave me a chance. You know, I've never been given a chance ever and I got that chance, and I'm trying not to fuck it up. God damn. I don't know. My life has changed so much, and I don't even know how it happened or when it happened, because I don't think I did anything special. You know, I probably did everything wrong. But I don't know. Like I said, I got in a lot of trouble in Fred Brown's. But somehow I'm sitting here today. I got my sobriety birthday is December 14th, 2022. I have a sponsor. I have a home group. I have a lot of friends, you know, a lot of friends in the program who I hang tight with. I don't hang out with the people I used to hang with. I don't know, life is so much more fulfilling now, you know, and I didn't really, like I said, I didn't do anything special, dude. I just didn't get high, you know, I didn't get loaded. And as I was told one time that as long as you don't get loaded, you know, everything's going to keep getting better, you know. No matter what you do, don't get high, don't pick up that drink, and life's going to get better. You know, you are where you're supposed to be. And that gave me a little, I like that saying, you know, you are exactly where you're supposed to be, because it gives me that grace to screw up, you know, helps me not take myself too seriously. It allows me to just be me, be honest, and give myself a little leeway in all the mistakes I make, you know. Today I'm able to help people. Today I can be a part of other people's lives in a positive manner, you know, a positive way. I have friends that are actually friends today. They give me the keys to their house, you know, when they're out of town to go feed their cat and stuff. And you know, no one did that before. I was the guy that stole your girlfriend. You know, I mean, I was the dope dude that, you know, had your chick come over all the time behind your back. I was not a trustworthy person. You know, no one can. I was an ass, and now I'm different. Now I'm a trustworthy person. I have a full-time job. I've never had a job before, you know, until I got sober. I've changed a lot. One of the biggest problems I had when I was in the program, I don't know if any of you guys, you know, I had opinions. I had a lot of opinions, you know, and I thought everybody needs to know my opinions because I'm right, you know. And I like to voice my opinions. That was my thing. I was real quick to tell you how you know, how I felt and what was right and what you're doing wrong. And you know, because I knew everything. And I heard a buddy of mine told me one thing that he tries to implement in his life, and it kind of clicked with me. He says, you know, when he thinks about saying something or doing something, he runs these 3 questions through his head. He says, does it need to be said? Does it need to be said now? And does it need to be said by me? You know, and that kind of hit home for me, because if any of those answers are no, then just keep your mouth shut, right? That's what he says. And that's what I've learned to do a lot. And that's probably how I kept my job. Because, you know, in life, people do stupid shit. You know, I get angry all the time. Work is not always fun. Life kind of sucks sometimes, and it's boring, dude. Sobriety can be real boring at times. You know, it can. But you know what? It's a lot better than what it used to be. You know, like I said, there's things that I'm in my son's life today, not as good as I'd like to be, because he's a little standoffish, you know, I don't really know him that well, but I'm repairing it. And life's difficult. You know, life is not easy when you lose jobs, family members, friends. You know, life comes at you hard, guys, when you get out of here. I wish I was back in Fred Brown's, dude. I ain't gonna lie. That was great there, dude. I didn't have to do nothing. I just hung out and wrote some shit down and got free food. And, you know, I loved it. Got to work out every day. It was great. And now I'm out here and life is tough, man. Life is tough, you know. It's not easy, guys. It's not always fun, and it's not always exciting like I used to love. I used to love that street fast life, you know, and today I have a real calm, boring life, I guess you could say. You know, I go to my meetings, I go to work, and I watch a lot of Netflix. But I'll tell you what, like I said, it's a lot better than where I was today. My biggest suggestion for anybody in here that really wants to be sober, dude, that wants to change is find stuff that you enjoy doing that's positive, and hang on to it. You know, don't be afraid to try new things. Jump in there and get involved. You know, in a program, AA, NA, whatever the hell it is, whatever works for you, do it. You know, hang out with people that are like-minded. And I got really big into strides. You guys know strides, right? So when I was in, well, the reason I started strides in Fred Brown was because I wanted to go to the Redondo Beach run so I could see all the chicks run in Redondo Beach. That's the whole reason I started running, dude. I ain't gonna lie. You know, and they told me that I had to participate every Thursday, and it would rain and shit. These people would show up and they'd want us to run. Yeah. And Nancy hunted us down. Hey, if you don't, you're not going, to Redondo. So I went to, that's why I started strides, was because I wanted to run with the chicks. You know, I wanted to see women. And, so anyways, I started doing that. I ended up really enjoying it. Now I'm a head coach over here at one of the other different rehabs here. And it's a big, big part of my life. You know, I have a home group, which I'm in constant contact with those guys and girls every day, dude. We talk, we have this little, we say hi and how we're doing shit every day. Find that, guys. Find something that you enjoy that will keep you occupied. Because like I said, life gets hard, life gets boring. And if you're anything like me, boring isn't good. You know, when I sit by myself and my head starts going, I think about doing stupid shit. I do, sorry, Nance, it's true. This is what happens. I like to go up here and sit here and tell you I'm doing everything right. But like I said, I'm probably doing everything wrong. I work the steps. I do have a sponsor. I'm in contact with them, but I am so far behind. I got 18, 19 months and I'm on step 4. You know what I mean? But she asked me all these questions. Do you have this? Are you doing this? And I was like, yeah, kind of. You know what I mean? Kind of. But I don't know. There's no right way or wrong way to do this thing. That's what I was told. As long as you suit up, you show up, and you don't get loaded, life's going to get better, guys. I strongly suggest you guys find a couple core guys that you enjoy their company and you guys can be honest and hang out with, because that's what keeps me sober a lot of times. I was able to help a couple people, get back into the program, and I get to see them here today and they're doing fantastic. And that makes me really happy, to see you guys back doing good, because I've known you guys for 2 years, man, and a lot of the guys that we went through the program with are dead. Yeah. They're dead, dude. A lot of them. I have a picture where 4 of us are in there and I'm the only one alive. That fentanyl ain't no joke, Oh God, I won't even speak it for 15, 20 minutes. God damn, that's not very good. Okay, so let me think. So I work at a bar, guys. I work in a bar. I'm in a restaurant. Like I said, I don't do everything right, probably. I do everything a little different than most. And the big book says that you can go anywhere and do anything you want as long as you're spiritually fit. The speaker before was talking about God, and that was a tough one for me. I went through it. I went through it a lot with this higher power bullshit. I thought that was something I didn't need. I really did. I thought that was something I didn't need, that I can do it on my own, kind of. I just got to get a sponsor, got to find a group, and everything's going to work out, right? Well, without a higher power, without a God in my life, I don't think I'd be standing here today. And that's weird for me to say, dude. It feels weird to say it, I don't pray every morning. I don't pray every night. I don't do none of that. But I do talk to him throughout the day. I thank him for the things, the gifts I have, and I thank him for the people in my life. If anybody in here is sitting here and don't want to be here, is angry about where they're at or whatever, dude, I feel you. I didn't want to sit here and listen to anybody either, dude. But hang in there, because it's worth it. This place gave me a life that I never thought, was never able to get myself. And I really hope you guys grab a hold of some of the knowledge they give you here, because it's worth it, guys. Anyways, thank you, fellas. I'm going to give you guys some time to share.